Welcome to the absolute heart of the action, the WPL 2026 Mega Auction. We're talking high stakes, high drama, fortunes are being made, and teams are being built from scratch, all in a single day. So let's get right into it.
I mean, that's the big question, right? It's what every single team owner and coach is trying to figure out right now. You've got dozens of open slots, crores of rupees on the line. The pressure is just immense. Every single decision today, every paddle raise, could literally define the next few seasons. But here's the thing you have to understand. The battle didn't just start today. Nope. Before a single player's name was even called, the game of chess was already underway. It all started with who the teams decided to keep, and maybe more importantly, how much cash that left them with to spend. Okay, so just take a look at this. The difference between the teams is pretty staggering. You've got Mumbai and Delhi, who have a solid core of players but not a lot of money to play with. And then you have the UP Warriors. They walked in needing to fill a massive 17 slots, but they had a huge war chest to get it done. And check out those 4 RTM cards. That's a massive advantage. And trust me, we're going to see them use it. And this right here really drives the point home. I mean, look at that. At 14.5 crore, the UP Warriors had more than double the cash of a team like RCB. That's not just buying power. That's the power to go after exactly who you want and just outbid everyone else. They were perfectly set up to dominate the day. And with that, the auction kicked off. And man, right out of the gate, the big money started to fly for the biggest names in women's cricket. No messing around. First up, one of the best all-rounders on the planet, Deepti Sharma. Everybody knew she was going to get a huge paycheck. The only question was, who was going to write it? And boom, there's your answer. A mind-blowing 3.2 crore. That right there set the tone for the entire day. It was a clear signal. If you're a match winner, teams are ready to break the bank for you. But hold on, here's the twist. Another team actually had the winning bid, but at the very last second, her old team, the UP Warriors, swooped right in. They played that powerful right-to-match card and brought her straight back. What a brilliant strategic move. So what is this RTM card everyone's talking about? Well, think of it like a trump card. It's a team's secret weapon. It basically gives them the final say on one of their former players. They can sit back, let other teams drive up the price, and if they like that final number, they just say, we'll match that, and boom, the player is theirs. It's a huge, huge advantage. All right, next up, another absolute superstar, New Zealand's Amelia Kerr. Just like with Deepti, you can bet she was at the top of every single team's shopping list. And would you look at that? Another massive price tag, 3 crore. You can just imagine the bidding war for her was absolutely fierce, but one team managed to hang on and get their player. And it's the defending champions, Mumbai Indians. See, this was a huge statement from them. Even with one of the smaller purses, they showed they are still all in on getting the absolute best talent to help them defend that title. And the action didn't slow down one bit. It was just a flurry. The big international stars were flying off the board. Gujarat Giants grabbed the powerful Sophie Devine for 2 crore. The Warriors kept on spending, adding the legendary Meg Lanning and the young superstar Phoebe Litchfield. And meanwhile, Delhi Capitals snagged the super classy Laurel Wolvart. It was just one big name after another. So yeah, you're seeing the theme here. The UP Warriors were just running the show early on. On top of their other huge buys, they used their RTMs again to get English spinner Sophie Eccleston for what is frankly a bargain at 85 lakhs, and the explosive Kira Navgire for 60 lakhs. Their plan was just coming together perfectly. But you know, the story of an auction isn't just about who gets bought for millions. It's also about who doesn't. And that, my friends, is where we got some genuine, jaw-on-the-floor surprises. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of wild to think about. In a room where all this money is being thrown around, sometimes the loudest moments are the silences, when a world-class player's name gets called out and not a single paddle goes up. And just look at this list. It's almost unbelievable. Alyssa Healy, the captain of Australia, went unsold in the first round. The massive power hitter, Grace Harris, same thing. So what happened? Was their starting price too high, or were teams just focused on filling other roles first? Whatever the reason, it's a pretty brutal reminder of how tough this business can be. Okay, so as the dust starts to settle from that first crazy phase, let's take a breath and see where we stand. who's put themselves in the best position to make a run for the championship. The main thing you got to keep in mind is just the sheer scale of this whole thing. We're talking 73 open spots across the league. This isn't about adding a player or two to fine-tune a roster. For most of these teams, it is a complete and total rebuild. And honestly, this quote from the coverage just sums up the whole day so far, doesn't it? The UP Warriors came in with a mission: use their money, use their RTMs, and build a brand new core. And so far, you'd have to say they've been the busiest and maybe even the most successful team in the room. So, the biggest names might be off the board, but this auction is far, far from over. In fact, this is where the real challenge begins. It's about finding those hidden gems, building depth, finding value for money. The battle lines are drawn for sure, but the one masterstroke move that could win the whole championship, that could still be out there. Who do you think is building the best team so far?